Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome to my March favourites and fuck ups. I almost didn't want to film this video because I was having a hard time sort of pulling together things that I really thought were like hardcore favourites or hardcore fuck ups. This month I ended up with a lot of new makeup and I've been sort of trying to test a lot of things at once, and it makes it hard for me to sort of keep my thoughts together and really fall in love with something or really despise something. So at the moment there's a lot of things I'm using that I like, but I haven't used enough to decide if I absolutely love it or I dislike, but either I don't dislike it enough to consider it a fail, or I haven't used it enough to really see if I can make it work. So this is probably going to be a small empties, but I am going to show you the things that I have really been loving, and the one thing that was just the most epic fuck up of March. Let's start with tools. So I picked up some Ray Morris brushes at the Hair and Beauty Expo, which I do every year. And this year, luckily enough, she was releasing her, I think it's pronounced Jishaku range. Not sure. My Japanese is not good. Anyway, she was debuting the collection at Hair and Beauty Expo. It's not available online just yet. So when I looked at the range, I saw a few brushes that piqued my interest. I'll start with this one. It is a foundation brush. It's very similar to the Tom Ford brush, except it is bigger, much bigger. So I picked up that one, love it. It works just as well as a Tom Ford brush. I will say about this particular range of brushes that she's released, they're actually made by a brush master in Japan. So there's a lot that goes into becoming a brush master. It's not just about who you are and what you do. It actually also depends on what your family has done in the past. So a lot goes into it, and you can really tell with these brushes. I would definitely say that they are worth the money. Another one I got, a big one. This is the 22. It is a powder brush. This was the most expensive one from the range that I purchased, but oh my god, it is so soft. It is insanely soft. It is the softest powder brush that I own, and I love it. I love it. It spoilt me for other brushes. Now I use my other powder brushes and I'm like, this is crap. Three others I got were sort of eye detailing brushes or blending brushes. I got the number 8, which is just a little small blender. I got the number 7, which is quite a big blender, and then I got the 9.1, which is it's kind of like a pencil brush, but it has an extremely tapered tip. And when you wash it, when you squeeze out the excess water, if you twist it like this, the bristles all go into this like spiral, and you get a really fine tip. Great little brush. I honestly think these brushes, I don't know if it's in my head or not, these two in particular, I think these are softer than her other brushes in her range. They are absolutely beautiful. The last brush that I picked up was a 7.6. It's the Detail Round Shader. This is from her old collection, shall we call it, her range that is already out, and it's just a very fine point blending brush. So these are the brushes that I have been gravitating towards every single day. You can probably tell that they're very dirty. They're in need of a clean already. I love these. I totally don't regret the purchase, but I never do with makeup tools, because I think, you know, if you buy good quality tools, they last you a long time anyway, and I have a bit of a thing for tools, so love, love, love. The next item that I want to talk about is something that I purchased quite a few of this month. I actually made 2 separate purchases. They are the Lime Crime Unicorn lipsticks in the nude range. Now, we talked about these in Beauty News fucking ages ago when they were first being sneak peeked, and then when they were launched, and then never heard anything about them, and just kind of assumed that they weren't really that great. I like their old unicorn lipstick range, but I don't love it. There were some colours that were really good, a lot that I didn't really love. I thought the formula was a bit shitty, but yeah, I was a bit wary that these would be like their shitty formula ones. Anyway, when we made our highlight order, the highlight palette from Lime Crime order, I threw in a few shades that I knew I would wear. Even if the formula wasn't like amazing, I would still wear them because the colours were ones that I liked. And I just kind of, you know, crossed my fingers and hoped for the best. They were on sale, so it was a fairly good deal. And when I got them, I started trying them out straight away, and I just pretty much wore them every single day since. Then at the Hair and Beauty Expo, I picked up another 2 because I liked them so much. I pretty much brought every single colour from the collection that I like. So I would say the formula of these is similar to that of MAC. And I'm talking about MAC's like really good formula. Some of their lipsticks aren't great. Some of them are spot on, and I would put this in the spot on category. They are really pigmented. You don't need to like layer. They go on with a slight sheen and then set pretty much matte. I'd call it a demi matte. It's not completely matte. You can feel that they've set on your lips, so they do feel like a matte lipstick, but it's not drying. It doesn't feel like it's absorbing all of the moisture out of your lips. And they last on the lips all fucking day. All day. They even hold up well through eating and drinking. These are amazing. I don't understand why these were on sale on their website and not sold out. These just didn't, they've gone off everyone's radar. They were never on people's radar. But they're fucking beautiful. And I do wonder if maybe like people are still pissed at Lime Crime and really holding a grudge. But yeah, I fucking love these. I think they're fantastic, and I am so happy to add them to my collection. I've got a little swatch thingy going on here. So we've got Pom Pom, what are you, Choker. I think this one is, yeah, Hoodie, Bomber, and then Varsity. So nice array of nude shades and one that's like going into a red spectrum. So beautiful, beautiful lipsticks. If you don't hate Lime Crime and you are curious about these nude unicorn lipsticks, they are really fucking good. I'm not kidding you. My next favourite is the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover Foundation. I picked up the shade 21 Golden Sand. I do want to say, before I talk about things I like, I think the colour range in this is like, it's woeful. It goes from like really, really light to medium, but quite, you know, on the darker spectrum, and then not quite deep enough to actually be useful for most people. So this colour for me is not too bad. It's still not quite right, but I can get away with it. This has a sort of, it's like a thick, I don't want to say moussey consistency, but it's a little bit like that. It's a very thick consistency. It's supposed to have high coverage with a matte finish. It definitely has a matte finish, and I would say the finish is, or the coverage is medium high. It's definitely not high or full coverage. It's not total cover. I can tell you that right now. Definitely not total cover. However, this foundation holds up really well on my skin if I pair it with this dude, the Skindinavia Oil Control Primer Spray. It's just like a little marriage made in heaven. They just really work together, combined with my skin chemistry. It's like, it's good stuff. So I've been loving it. On its own, it does not control oil well. So don't think that that's a thing. Whoa, goodbye. I dropped it. Yeah, it doesn't, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not going to end all of your oily skin woes, if that's what you're hoping for. Alright, let's finish up this video with a fuck up. A major fuck up. This is the Ardell Lash Grip Eyelash Adhesive. Now, I purchased this only because the lash glue in my freelancing kit was looking a bit worse for wear, and I didn't have time to get down to Hub Makeup to purchase Duo Glue. I couldn't order it online because I didn't have enough time to have it delivered. So I went to Priceline, because when it comes to lash glue, really, they don't typically let you down these days. I think you even have to be careful that they're not too sticky and they don't like rip your eyelashes out of your face when you try and take the lashes off. So typically not a problem. I went with the Ardell one because I knew that the packaging would be easy to use hygienically, and I knew none of the girls in the bridal party that I was doing had an allergy to latex, so it was all good. Latex-based lash glues are typically quite good and reliable, easy to remove when you want to remove them, but they hold on to the actual lashes quite well. So I used the lash glue on my bridal party. Everything is good with the world. My bride gets married, the bridal party looks beautiful, they have photos taken, they go down to the beach for more photos. When they came back from the beach, one of the bridesmaids grabbed me and said, "Mayday, mayday, we've had a lash disaster." So I go to my bride and I see what's going on, and I can see that her lash is like, it's hanging on by a thread. So I go out to the car. I don't grab this lash glue because I already know it's fucking let me down. And I just grab a little tube that came with like a set of lashes. So I used that, reapplied her lash, everything was good. She wasn't really upset. She said the photographer actually got some really good candid shots of her, like, you know, squealing and like people fussing around her and lots of laughter and stuff like that. So she said, you know, it's fine. It all worked out, but not for me, it didn't. No, that stresses me out. I don't like it. So I took this straight out of my kit when I got home, and I thought, it's fine, I'll use it on myself. I'm not going to be spending any windy days at the beach, so, you know, I'll definitely be able to use it. I used it to apply a pair of lashes before I was going to leave to go to Kat's house to film Beauty News, and the eyelash literally fell off my face. I got up from my desk over here after putting the lashes on, finishing off my makeup, applying my lipstick. I went to put my shoes on and the lash literally fell off on the floor when I was bending down to pick up my shoes. So this is fucking shit. Don't buy it. Don't waste your money. I don't know what's wrong with it, but I will never ever buy that product again. Alright guys, so that's it for me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget, you can let me know your favourite product of the month, or even your like fuck up product of the month down in the comments. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.